but not just interesting. This is the peak of fascination. You feel like you're transported back into time, back into medieval age. And it's one of the few places where I've actually felt different when travelling. It is without doubt a fascination. It's a place that I would, without hesitation, recommend you go. It's astonishing. You can see that the areas around Lalibela are a lot less fertile than the area around the south where we were earlier. And that when you were just down in the south, perhaps you get the impression that Ethiopia is rich in and well stocked for food and supplies and minerals and all this sort of thing. But in fact Ethiopia is third poorest on a scale of 175 countries registered by UNDP. And indeed, because of the ongoing drought which started in 2002, 2004 is expected to have been one of the worst periods in Ethiopia's history. And indeed, the drought and famine in the north is supposed to equal the drought and famine of 1985-1984 Band-Aid period, with a GDP of only $96 per head. It ain't a rich country. This is the dry bed at the moment of the River Jordan, which flows during the wet season. Now, King Lalibela named a lot of the things in this area after rivers and buildings and sites around Jerusalem, hence this is called River Jordan. In fact, what happened is King Lalibela was visiting Jerusalem and was impressed by the churches, the buildings, and swore he would return to his kingdom and build a new Jerusalem. And that's what Lalibela is meant to be. Okay, below me and over the right shoulder is the River Abai. The River Abai feeds out of Lake Tana. And Abai is known as the source of the Blue Nile. Now, Robert Bruce in 1770 wrote back to the National Geographic Society in London and claimed that he had finally discovered the source of the River Nile here at the outsource of Lake Tana. He of course wasn't the first European to get here, and nor was he in fact correct, because the source of the Blue Nile here isn't in fact the source of the real Nile River. The Blue Nile, which is the major tributary to the Nile River and feeds 90% of the Nile's water, isn't the true source. It's the White Nile, which goes back up through Tanzania and Kenya and into Uganda. For many years, Ripon Falls outside Kampala in Uganda was known as the source of